Please click the thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and the bell notification. Thank you. Please click the thumbs up, like, and subscribe, and the bell notification. Thank you.
Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Up time. Ready.
I Mixup An Blenda time. I'm going to the car and talk of the King's Day.
That's the reason I'm going with him because I see the boy out there to get up there with the same Raga.
Well, the boy have you and the girl up here with the same red rock?
Yes. Raga.
Yeah.
This is the girl with the next side of story about the red Raga. Then people that look at me and say you're Haganiering because the way we are.
Yo, that word them mad. Haganiering. Haganiering to the flipping world.
Hi. Ragashanti, I did mix up daddy. Hallelujah. Ragashanti go on and on. Yes, Ragashanti. Do you know how Richie feeling this, right? And you know me have to listen to your program because you talk a crocus bag of things with scandal side of it.
Ragashanti live. 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 Well, it's a big respect, man. Massive big up on yourself, large up. Large up diva frisky, I see you, big up yourself, you know. And you don't know, so when we see you online, we give thanks, don't it? Well, it's a big respect. When them say New Year for Connecticut in the building and thing, watching and thing, large up yourself and sit. Ragashanti live on the bridge 99 FM again. Good night. Blessed good night to the item out there and thing. I hope everything balanced and long time word was Carpacetic. Yeah. Hope everything good and things in Diva Frisky. Bless up yourself, you know. You see it. Alright. Love and blessings and things. Once a big respect all massive and crew all over the country of Jamaica. They launch upon themselves in the Monday, yeah. And thing, yo, I be a rain and fall up here, but it's not like heavy rain, you know, it's like a drizzle. But it's non-stop here in New York City. Well, over in the Queens side where we are at the IrieJam studios here, such is the case, you know. So, you know, the rain constant and thing. I see some people from Canada post, well, Toronto, can't say Canada big. Some people from Toronto post and I say, boy, I be a rain over there and sitting and whatever. Non-stop rain I reach them over there and thing. But all the better because some of them can't get, you know, look, water can't reach them because any water now, you know. You don't see have some people when the time get cold, them not too feature the water. Me not lie, me a one of them. But we give thanks to hot water, you know. We give thanks to hot water. We give thanks to warm water, you know. One of some of the simple pleasures of living, you know. When you're somewhere cool, and whatever you give thanks for, you can get some hot water. But you don't have to do somewhere cool. Because me I telling them till now a while already. So when when we at Jamaica and I go school and you have to wake up at morning time and be at 6 o'clock at morning time. And I'm not normal. It's like you on the shower in a this kind of like psychological warfare for when you get through a bearding and thing. I want now while I go prezi. You go and come back, you know? You never see it? Oh. Oh, okay, all right. Me a man, back in the day when they at Jamaica, yo, big up all who know about that something there, you know, leave out your bad pan out there with the water and make your son at it, you know. All who know about that something, they big up on yourself, you know. Leave out your big, them not make a metal bad pan them anymore, be a plastic bad pan when they make, but back in the day, bad pan was like iron, you know. Yeah, man, the bad pan them was iron. And then them move from iron and then them go like, what you da call it now? Them move from iron, but then go, before them go plastic, man, you go one kind of, it is like it thinner than iron. What you da call it? It's almost like zinc. What you call that? What you call that? What you call that material, people? Like back in the day, the bad pan, them was some thick iron bad pan, some heavy bad pan. I'm tell you, them serve you forever, though. You buy one and a half, you buy no more. And think, you know, some thick, heavy bad pan did I run the place back in the day. But, and then, what you call that? Prezi, we backside make again. Aluminum, see the Claude? Yes, thank you, Claude Walters. That me the one say. Chicken back say enamel. Enamel, me don't know about enamel was a, yeah, but enamel did make like peel and chimney, right? And when we say peel, we did have aluminum, enamel and enamel. I follow chicken back say enamel. Diana B say, chicken back say enamel, Diana B say enamel, we don't know. But aluminum, you did have aluminum peel. But remember, you know, we didn't follow the British because the British did left enough of them legacy with we and things. So enough things from the British we did a juggle with and from with them it was enamel, chimney, and peel. Peel was a thing back in the day, you know. Peel is like how me describe peel for you know. Peel is like it's almost like a bucket, but it's not a bucket. Just imagine like a bucket, tall, wide, open mouth, but it make out of the same thing we make chimney. And woman, there was a thing there, and it's a British thing, you know, for woman use peel. So woman use peel a lot. When woman are tidy and all them something, they are peel them use. You did have base too, you know, but base, you did have enamel base too, and thing, which was for wash face and them something there and wash and thing. But peel, big man them, like my mother did have a peel, and me as a little boy, there was some secrecy surrounding with peel used for. Them never really were, me know, and me get all I suspect that there is some, you know, some feminine thing associated with it. And thing, but peel was a thing. But anyway, so we move from the bad pan and move from the thick iron bad pan, you know. When I say heavy, you know, that one thick iron, can't mash up. When I say can't mash up. Thick iron bad pan. And then the bad pan then move and go over to aluminum. And then aluminum bad pan did I run the place for a while. And then in the later years, I noticed that the plastic bad pan them take over and thing. Them mash up quick, you know. So, 2 you have to buy back a bad pan. So I think it served capitalism, it served business because, you know, the rate of, you know, replenishing your bad pan supply, that increased significantly. So more bad pan are. So the more the changes occur, the more bad pan sell. So you'd have the big iron bad pan. Once you buy one, you don't have to buy no more. Enamel after that. No, aluminum after that. boom, boom, bang, 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 bing. Them they will serve you for a while too before you have to change. But you still end up having to change. And then the plastic one, them where, mind you, if you put out too much water in and then them broke up in a hand to rot it. Anyway, so, people have this couple, and they're Jamaican, but the man, how you that say it, he's a Jamaican, and the lady, she's Jamaican, but she come up here when she lick a bit, you know. So a couple of things and whatever, and I do them thing and whatever. So one day she put on one of them shorts and thing and whatever, and him notice that she put on the shorts and him not say nothing and she wear one of them shorts and thing. So one next day now she put on one of them shirt. And him call her, she say him call her and said to her, say, hear me now, I don't want you wear my clothes, here. So she said, what the big deal? I said, but me no wear your clothes. She said, but man no wear woman clothes, but woman wear man clothes all the while. So I said, why is that? She said, me no know. I just know say, we put on, you know, put on man clothes all the while. And then him say, well, she say, him say, I hear what I go on. Me no want you wear my clothes and man thing and whatever, cause me no want broke your body. So she said, what you mean by that? What you mean broke my body? So I said, me no want broke your body and thing because all the place I run right, you know, you don't know who is who a man and who a woman and what woman this and that and whatever and chance. And so I said, me no want broke your body. So she said, but what kind of foolishness you attack? You see me as somebody who steal. So I said, boy, the way America stay right, you know, and thing and whatever, you have to kind of careful. I said, boy, you're going too far with the thing right now, man. Woman wear man clothes all the while and things. So I don't know what the big deal is and thing and whatever. And then he make reference to Will Smith's son. Forgot what the boy name. And he must say, you know, see all Will Smith's son, both him a wear dress and him a wear skirt and him a wear woman thing and everything. And them something there, and them something there and thing. So she laugh it off and thing and whatever. And give me the little joke and sitting and whatever. Well, you know me love talk about them look a relationship thing. Them little things that were just seemingly unimportant. But they're quite topical, you know, and them quite, again, these are the things that people are negotiating out there. And them little things that where people are pre and I watch and thing and I say, you know, so something that going on with the general, I know, when I see what going out there in the world and I say, boy, yeah, I don't ever want my woman come take a little chance with me, you know. Yeah, hear me. Nobody even wear my clothes, because me not see nothing wrong with you wear clothes, right? Because woman I wear man clothes long time. Long time. In fact, you know, I am on record saying it is very sexy. You know, your woman come over and I put on one of your white shirt them and I walk around and I just say shirt or underwear and socks. That is sexy. Them look at something that's sexy, you know? Yeah, them look at something that's cool, you know? So nothing wrong if woman, you know, kind of, you know, no, you know, whatever, put on this and that from man, of course. Most women, well, I'm assuming that I'm making an assumption here, but of course most women don't take that too far. It's just a thing, you know? Women will put on a man's shirt or lend me a marine or lend me one of your underpants or something, right? A long time something that woman will put on a man underpants and nothing wrong with that. You understand? But we don't expect a man to just say, yeah, put on my underpants, pass one of them G-string them, make I put on one of them. Right? No. You know, so it's one of the privileges them what women have. And I think we should allow women with that one day, you know? There shouldn't be a problem there. If a man want, you know. It's cool, you know? And them have a style too when them put on like all the underpants. Some woman, them just wrap it over. You know, wrap over the top and pull it up and whatever. That's sexy. When woman do them something there, that's sexy. Yeah, you know what I talk? Like, chew it big, then we just wrap it over the top, you know? and pull it up, and then you just kind of sit down upon them kind of nice and neat and thing. But I fight against somebody, so I don't want nobody come for me, and I say, me I oppose, any man who like for wear G-string. Your business that. But does I say, in general, I don't see any problem with that being a one-sided thing. Yeah, it has always been the case where woman put a man, really look at something for a man when them come over them man yard or them husband yard, or if them live together and thing or whatever, every now and then them may just draw on something quick and thing, Nothing wrong with that, but I think where the brethren I come from, is and I'm going to be careful here because again, I can't. I'm in a certain foolish, I'm in a certain argument, right? In my life, I just want easy and thing or whatever. And sitting. But there's a lot going on out there in the world right now where, it's very challenging for some people. And a lot of people having some difficulty adjust to certain things out there in the world right now. It's not simple, man and woman again. They have a term very, big here in New York City that's saying non-binary. Now, bi means two. So as far as genders were concerned, it was always man and woman that we grew up with. So, but the thing now is that, if you want to be respectful of people, of everybody, you have to respect those who are non-binary. So the argument is that you have people out there who are neither men nor women. So they're basically saying it's not two gender anymore and a man and woman anymore. A man, woman, and many other things. And some people are having some difficulties adjusting to that because them just used to, knowing things as man, woman. So when time certain things, some people kind of, apply, their concerns to their relationship and thing. And you have quite a few people up here debate the issue and, and I guess, you have some more, I guess, perhaps a little bit extra careful of any little sign. We may come out like, yo, I want to go on this and mind yourself, man and your woman type of thing or whatever, So you have some of them issues. Well, that's a sense I get from a gentleman that, he might put on him foot like him and say, boy, him know in a certain things and him no want confuse nothing. So don't get it twisted, We don't want to even start for even open the door slightly. We don't depend on something there. That's a sense I get from him. From what she explain and thing and whatever. But it's just sad that you can, some things where we grew up and enjoy and things like that. It's like, you can't say them things anymore, do certain things anymore or whatever because, because of your concern about this and that and that and that or who may come for you and all them little thing there. As the world turns, all right? Anyway, Jamaica, I want to call him about anything I want to call him about. Nothing going on in Jamaica. The big scandal with the dead baby scandal where I go on in Jamaica, big sitting that I must say 12 or 14 babies died at the Victoria Jubilee Hospital from some sitting, some simple sitting or whatever, and big uproar down in Jamaica. Them one side I call for the resignation of the Minister of Health, Mr. Tufton. The next side I say, yo, I don't know if I blame the man for something we're not responsible for and whatever. And some people I say, them did I hide it. And if I never feel a whistleblower come out and make people them know say that I want. Some people I say, you see it, I treat it happen to poor people on a Victoria Jubilee and things like that, and people not, some people I say, yo, I saw them thing they go on, enough thing go on at them public hospital to poor people and thing and whatever, and if somebody na bust it out and thing, hear about it and thing. And there have been quite some harrowing stories down there, for real, but Then on the side of the hospital, they continually complain about being chronically understaffed and that their staff is demoralized and not motivated, to dispense, the best care, and that the hospital might have more money. The Natal and them hospital, people get better care up there so because of money around the thing. So you have all kind of debaters around that and thing. A man get a sentence down in Jamaica for murder 2 people. And the sentence where him did get, how it did go? Him did eligible for parole after 10 years. It's like he must get, like I said, 12 or 15 years and eligible parole after 10 years. But Jamaica implement one new law down there where allow, after a man gets sentenced, them allow the prosecutor to appeal the sentence. And the DPP, the Director of Public Prosecution, she appealed that particular sentence and came out triumphant. And the man get a bigger sentence for the double murder, the conviction for the double murder, and he's not eligible for parole until 24 years. This thing has taken on a look of traction, outside of Jamaica, because interestingly, I read it in a paper that was a non-Jamaican paper, and it not only was it non-Jamaican, it wasn't like wasn't like Al Jazeera or or CNN or one of them. It was just like a random other little thing. So it means that this is that's significant. It indicates the significance of this unprecedented move on the part of the prosecution down there, on the part of the judiciary in Jamaica and things. So something are going. Some laws are being made, enacted, acts are being made that is apparently is allowing the members of the courts, to feel like, they can accomplish what they think they need to accomplish with respect to dispensing justice in our country and things like that. Of course, it's a matter that is hotly debated now down there, and what it bodes for the future and things. So I could see what I think they're going. Anyway, give me a call and anything you want to talk about, come talk about it. 876-676-4996. 876-676-4996. 876-676-4996. Right? Remember, we just take it easy and thing. When I kill up ourselves, we just kick it back and juggle with things. Prezi, you good? All right, look out for them call for me. Them come. 876-676-4996. 876-676-4996. In a restaurant recently. Well, it wasn't a restaurant. Is Dunkin' Donuts a restaurant? Prezi, what do you call Dunkin' Donuts a restaurant? No, Dunkin' Donuts is not. What is Dunkin'? Like a coffee shop, a cafe, I think, something like that. Yeah. But in a Dunkin' Donuts recently, and a man come in there and asks a lady if buy him something to eat. So the lady said, "Shall buy? What shall buy?" She look on the man and thing and whatever, and she said, "Okay, and can you get a donut?" So the man who sell her the donut, him say, "What type of donut or whatever?" And she said, "Like a regular one." So him say, "Like, what you want, the regular or the glaze?" So the man said, is it me you're buying the donut for? So she said, yeah. So him said, no, I don't eat donut. So she kind of looked upon him like, okay. She never said okay, you know, but. So him said, you can buy me one of them egg sandwich thing there and whatever and so forth and thing. And she said, she kind of looked upon him like, but you brighty, you beg me, I buy your donut and thing and you don't want to take the donut and thing. You come and ask for egg sandwich. Oh, you know what I pay for egg sandwich and thing. Something wrong with that? No, me just did a medit and I say like, something wrong if you beg, if somebody beg something, right? And it's a broad thing, them a beg. And then you give them what you have and then them a say, boy, no. And that I want, I want something else. I can't go into several versions of that, because I've had some experience with that. But just straight up with money. But in this case, it was a donut and an egg sandwich. I don't know. Anyway, good night. Hello. Hello. 876-676-4996. 876-676-4996. Chicken Box says some of them are big and giving you a long list of order and specific with the order too. Well, we grew up with one saying, beggars are no choosers. Right? We grew up with that at Jamaica. Beggars are no choosers. But within that setting, is there anything wrong? Do with somebody that, express themselves and say, well, no, I don't really. No, that is, I'm not going to take it because what you're offering me, I don't really want that. I guess it's a question, it's like, how far them go with it? No. I guess that's the issue. It's like, how far them go with it. Well, will I break? We'll soon forward.
It's the Bridge 99 FM.
How you deal with?
Gonna leave.
Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Ragashanti live. Back in the juggling people, big and serious, like me I tell you, say, when I grew up, you have a thing when I say beggars are no choosers. And this is just my opinion. I find that people who, I would have another saying to where, so me never give her nothing to go put on, or me never give him nothing to go put on. And that is a way for Jamaicans, It's a principle where regulate your conduct when you seek something from someone else, And the idea is you never give them nothing to go put on. So it's either you get her, you not get her, when you not get you work with it or whatever the case may be. Or if you ask for something, there's a degree of humility that you should display when you seek something from somebody else. But I just feel say it thing change. I think it thing change, I think when people are asked to some things, I think the attitude change amongst a lot of people out there now. Some people still humble, but many people are not. Some people still respectful, but many people are not. Some people still work for the principle, say, well, me never give them nothing for put on. But I will if people beg right now with an entitled type of thing, like them supposed to get so and so. And if them ask you for something and them don't get it, then cuss out your cloth. And them come up with all kind of reasons where you're supposed to give them this, and if you don't give them this and give them that, and thing, then Prezi, what that? Oh, okay. The thing still a record, right? Okay, all right, then, cool. I remember years ago, me there at Jamaica and thing, me always go down to New Kingston to one coffee shop, And I just me look at hangout spot down there, So you find some down there regular. So the youth them on the street down there. Them, them know some is a regular down there on the coffee shop. He did near Jamaica. He did like Panda Road there between what was then the Jamaica building and Victoria Mutual Building Society. You know, forgot what name. I look a coffee shop. It was me look a regular spot. Then put one Western Union down there now. You have some youth down there and thing, me usually give them, you know. Time I look at money and thing, me give them and, you know, help them out and sit. I remember one of them one day, well, two things. Two incident me remember. One, a brother come up to me on the phone. And the person who me I talked to was abroad. Somebody that do that look a standard English thing. He was not Jamaican. So me I like a spoke standard English. I mean I want suit. And thing. I mean a member Munchie, big up yourself. Yeah. Munchie a Google user. So, you know, me did attack. So him come up to me and him ask me for money and me did attack and talk. But, you know, me did speak his spoke here. So I don't know why him assume about me and thing. So when him ask me for the money, me I indicate to him, say, no, coming up on the phone. And I said, no. But me end up talking at the same language like me. I say, whatever, like, I'll be over there. I said, no, I don't really have any money right now, you know. And the man say, what do you mean the money? Look in your pocket, man. The money in there, man. The money in there. Look in your pocket, man. And when I tell her, like, me never afraid, you know, but me just frightened, you know, because me just never expect something like that. It's like, you know, I didn't mean nobody I put them down and thing because them in the street or whatever. But me just, it was just so foreign to me. It was just the strangest thing. Like, who says that when you beg somebody and money and thing or whatever? Like, you don't know me. You don't know nothing about me or whatever, so you have to start bad me for 10 minutes and I'm looking at my pocket and thing. They have our next one now where them they call him Yankee. Him did left Jamaica like when him did little bit and thing and whatever and them deport him and him don't have nobody down there. Them deport him as an adult, you know, him, I guess he did have just permanent resident straight. And him end up living at the street. And every now and then would I get this was years ago, every now and then would I get Yankee and money and thing. And one day me pass Yankee and Yankee say, hold on. Wait there. Hold on. How long now you not give me a money? A long time now you not give me a money. Oh, you make such a long time pass and you don't give me a money. And when me looking at a man face, the man serious, you know, man. The man serious. It's like him man I say, him never said it, but it's like him I say, you know say you drop off a you know say you drop a catch. You know say you not move right. Oh, if you make like this long, you know, interval pass and you know give me no money, where you take this thing for? Right? We don't have them carelessness there, you know. Right? It's like that him said to me. Like, yo, we don't have them care. And he was like, you know, like them that's up here said, dead ass serious, you know. And that was strange to me. Right? And my next time again, me wish part me live up on Mona. And then they have some security over there. I remember one of the security come knock my window. And him know, because them time them live with women. So he knows me and my woman in there and he come knock my window in the night or whatever. And all my woman need to come tell me, and you know, my lady at the time, see they come say to me, say, yo, somebody there at the window, you know, whatever, bam, bam. So I take the check and whatever, now, so I go to boop and raise up my machine and thing and then go and say, who that? And say, Sicky. I say, why go on? I can't say something to you. I say, turn to my lady and I say, yo, man, I'm coming. Them ones at night and they say, I say something to me. I say, I'm going to hear what I say and thing. And go down there and I tell them, say, go on that back, man, and thing and whatever. You know, exercise the necessary precaution and make sure say I'm legit and thing and whatever. I say, why go on? Man, I say, yo, Raga, you want to say today I'm a birthday, you know. And thing, I know you never really know, so I make you know, so today I'm a birthday and today I'm strong, you know. And whatever, so I just want, you know, you send on something for my birthday there, right, you know, and thing, you know. People, I have told this to people and them never see it as a big deal. But let me tell you, it was the strangest, one of the strangest things to me. Why? When me I grew up, man, no go to man and tell them say them birthday. It's just not a thing. You know, a woman do that. It's a woman go to worse as somebody who you don't even know like that. I don't know him like that. I say yield to him and whatever and them always are real. I tell a lie funny, you know, because you did have other people. It was a gated community, you know, for lecturers and professors and of the University of the West Indies. And enough of them never talk to him and him not relate to them, so. And true, me always yell them up and stop and reason with them and whatever. I look a familiarity thing them, I don't know. Make him feel comfortable come to my house late at night and thing and knock my window up on the side and whatever. And I ask me for money for him birthday. I mean, I say nothing wrong if somebody give somebody a man money for him, a man give a man money for him. But just I say, it's not a thing. It was not a thing in Jamaica for a man. It was unheard of for a man go up to a man and ask a man. Just randomly ask a relative stranger. I was a stranger to him, but again, me don't know him like that. I'm a security and me living in the community or whatever. And then he ever come and it's like, man, just never ask a man for birthday present and thing. You know, do that. You know, so the point me I make is like, the thing changed. Me have relatives right now at Jamaica who me and them not talk. No, me not go say nothing too tough because you know, me not do the show if we go diss them or anything, but me and them not too talk. Well, we not talk at all because of things related to that. Where you have some people nowadays, it's like them come at you with some entitlement thing and whatever. I want body up. One time gone, we used to say, it was just, my lip a strip. We used to say, it was just Prezi rice. We used to say, Jamaicans relate to foreigner. But I don't even that alone, you know. Even Jamaicans down there now. All the while, them give me a little mix-up or a little drama where people come at them right now when them ask for something and thing and them can't deal with it because the thing changed. If you have anything along them lines, if you share, and if you have any stories or any experience on them lines, just give me a shout and tell me about it. Or anything else you want to talk about in the night. You know, just keep back on easy, of course, in the hours. Yeah? 876-676-4996. 876-676-4996. 876-676-4996. 876-676-49. Some people are write me, I text me, I say they can't find me online and thing and whatever up here in the US. I don't know. All right, and if you call from the United States or Canada, the number 888-546-8742, 888-546-8742, 888-546-8742, 888-546-8742. That's if you're calling from the United States or Canada, and of course that is toll free. All right, if you have any begging mix-up, or any other mix-up one you want to talk about, or any commentary where we upon the when we did share with you before, but the man who has said, boy, him not even too want him woman to wear any of him clothes them or whatever. Because him nah what me that door there. No. Because him not want broke or bad. That is the statement we should have a problem with. I'm saying him not want broke or bad. So him not want she wear any of him clothes them. 876-676-4996 from Jamaica. 876-676-4996. 876-676-4996. For those of you who are listening up here in the U.S., if you happen to be a green card holder, and I'm going to share about this information on Friday in Free Up and also on the IrieJam station. But if you happen to be a green card holder, and again, I'm just sharing this based on some things when I see I go on and things where I reach people. Even though the language, as for you as a permanent resident, is that you mustn't, there are certain things that them say you must exceed a year, or you hear people say, oh, nobody go up to 6 months and whatever in a certain language. People don't pay that no mind. Listen to me now. Do not stay out of the country at any time more than 60 days straight. Again, do not stay outside of the United States. And for those of you who have green card holder, relatives or friends or whatever, you may want to tell. Most people, them not going to have any reasons for stay out more than 60 days, but you don't want to do that. Again, there are people who are being deported because, them end up in situation where when the authorities, from the immigration authorities, check so and so and so, them say them did stay out for more than 60 days and they are being deported. There's one more, I soon tell you. Hello, good night.
Hello, good night, Raga.
Hey, what go on, Brittany?
Not much. We got listen to one program today, see.
Hey.
Me hear them and suggest class devotion by Oberlin High School, so that they don't have the students exposed to certain persons who are coming at the school. What do you think about it?
What you mean, class devotion? I don't understand what that mean.
They have devotion in their class.
Oh, and not the whole school. And not the whole school.
Yeah.
That not gonna solve the problem. It may based on what we have heard that triggered this. That while it might not be, if something like that should occur, if they make this change and something like that occur, it would not be occurring with the entire school body. It would just be occurring in the class. So feasibly it would be a smaller amount if something like that happened. But that not gonna change the problem. I don't think. I think the problem is, I think what them need to come up with is some protocol on what are the boundaries with devotion. So have devotion, but come up with some sort of, demarcation. This is devotion. And you're in school, but don't turn it in a church. I think this is my suggestion. You understand what I'm saying? Have devotion, because devotion has a certain role and potential in terms of influencing the kids in some ways, that can, engender some positives inside of them as they develop and grow. But I don't think this proposal about having the devotion in the class and whatever, because then now you're going to put the responsibility on every teacher now for have devotion in them class and whatever, and then you're going to have different type of devotion and having a different class. And no. That is just that going to cause more problem than solution right there.
Okay.
What do you think?
Well, I don't think it's a bad thing, because when I go to school, devotion might keep 1-2 days and in the auditorium, and then the rest of the week devotion in the class.
Okay, well.
Yeah, and we don't really have to depend on teacher. We do it. We the students.
Who do the student do the devotion? Okay.
Yeah, so I mean, I really see the I think it's a good thing.
Okay, okay then. Well, yeah, educate me there upon something because when me I go school in my time in Jamaica, every school is the entire school body have devotion. You never hear anything about class devotion. That was non-existent in my time, so that is a change that perhaps occurred after and thing. But you seem to be saying that it wasn't a problem and it worked just fine.
Yeah, it worked. That's fine because I hear somebody else say if you take it out, but I don't think taking it out is a good thing because you have to put God as the center of everything.
Okay, so you're saying removing devotion from the school is not a good thing because God must be at the center of everything.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
I think so.
Okay, so, but what on? So them still a debate it down there on the station, them and them.
Yeah, me hear it since evening.
Okay. I think again, my suspicion is that that teacher went a little bit too. Something happened, and I think the teacher went a little bit too far. And we have to be careful where we think that, or from a God, it can't be too far. You have them people who think them something or whatever. But what I'm saying is, we have church, right? And if you we know the purpose of church. And if somebody say, well, we need to learn something about business, and thing and that. And then them just, the church is all about business, then they would have gone too far from, what is the central mandate for a church, which is, you worship God and, you get the message, of the Lord, through those who are qualified to dispense it as such and things like that. So by the same token, if you're there at your workplace, nothing wrong if a group of people, say them form a prayer group or something like that. But, you can't there at the workplace. You can't there. I work at NCB, and then, it become, NCB become church and whatever. Then the central mission of the banking industry then is not being fulfilled. You follow what I say? So it's the same thing with school. The central mission of school is education. So, and it's academics. And so we have to be careful that we don't, without a fear or without a passion, out of fear in terms of what's going on in the country and the craziness and the need for have some sort of, religious rehabilitative initiative to combat it. Or whether it is, just passion, like you love the Lord and things like that. You don't want to go too far with that in school. And it is particularly sensitive in school when you're talking about children, when they're going through some when they are, developing through some impressionable ages where, they could be susceptible to, all sorts of strong suggestions, whether it's delivered through religion or otherwise, and thing. And then most parents send them picnic to school for an education, right? An academic education. And most Jamaican parents, I am willing to bet, we're going to say, no, man, we want devotion. Devotion is good. But them not send them picnic go to church. So, them have to be careful that them don't engage in any activities where, we make the church theme get too strong over there in our school, and then we have what occurred at Oberlin. What do you think about that?
Well, Reggae, I think that if I was saying to you the other night that they need to get to persons to consecrate the place and pray for it. But again, if they get persons to do that, the persons who are there, them have to believe. Getting persons and not believing is not going to solve the problem. You have to believe that God can do what you're asking God to do. You can't go pan a doubt in Thomas thing. It's not going to work out.
Well, and you know, I mean, from what you know is that churches by definition are consecrated, don't it? And it don't mean that churches are devoid of some serious problem. You have some churches out there, they're just highly dysfunctional and things. So you're quite right. You know, consecrating the place or blessing the place or whatever, it's not a guarantee. You know, when we grew up in Jamaica, I'm saying, never you build a house or move in somewhere without bless the place first or consecrate the place first or whatever. But that has never stopped problems from, you know, just every day-to-day challenges and problems from arising and things. Even when some of them rise and things, and people say, please never consecrate good, I never bless good, I never bless the right way, or whatever the case may be. But you're quite right, you know, consecration or blessing, you know, the school or, you know, in this instance, it's not going to, you know, eliminate, you know, the probability of what, you know, the probability that we will not have a reoccurrence of what happened, you know, at Oberlin. You know, I think it's some different managerial thing that need to be put in place, and what we want here is some leadership and somebody who can assess and evaluate what happened, determine what caused it to happen, and put some measures in place so that it not only does it not reoccur at Oberlin, but that it doesn't, you know, gain legs and reoccur and any other school. I mean, we've been having devotion at school how long and whatever, and bride Pitney graduate and thing and do well for a long time, and devotion in a school donkey years now, and we never have them sitting here with hundreds of Pitney collapse and whatever this. So devotion is not the problem.
Mm-mm.
Devotion is not the problem, you know.
Mm-mm. I think there is where faith come in Raga. I think there is where faith come in.
Faith?
Faith.
Yeah. How so? What do you mean?
Faith.
What do you mean?
Because all right, let me tell you this. You know that me did tell you of an experience with myself when I lose a child. And I remember me there here, and a friend of mine, she used to come here, come look for me. And one of the time she come, and she has said to me, say, she can't manage me because me always a member about the baby and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
And she come here, and a few people that I said to me, say, me figure where the baby clothes then. Including Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Did I say me figure where the baby clothes then because me not have no baby.
Mm-hmm.
And I said to him, say, anyone say, me not give me picnic clothes in. And me have a bag of clothes under my bed.
And at this was how long after you lost a baby at this point?
It got 2 years.
Oh.
Because me pregnant early. When after me married March, and by June, me pregnant.
Right.
And then now, when me lose the baby, now it take a little while for me get back one. So them dad say me figure where the baby clothes them and so on. Sometimes me take down the picture of them and me I look on them and Mark even did that say me if you stop look on the picture. When I tell me I have to go to get counseling or something because it did fling me in a depression.
Now, hold on. So you did have another child after?
Yeah, man, me have a 10-year-old daughter.
Right. No, but what I mean is the clothes that they were referring to, was it from
the previous was from the previous.
It was from the previous.
Yeah.
So even after you have the other child and thing, you still kept the baby clothes from the one that you lost.
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
And that is the one they were telling you that after 2 years, you need to.
No, after when me lose that one day, they must say me take long. Forget the new one. Forget the 10-year-old one we may have now.
Okay.
So then did I say me they forgive where the clothes then come in and have no baby. And then people begin to talk a lot of things about me. And, from family members and all sorts of things did happen to me. And so, at one point me get discouraged. I had to get counseling for times. My friend did walk out on me and say she can't bother with me because every time I think about the baby and I talk about the baby and I look on pictures.
Oh, so
And
she said
Raga,
basically when she around you, that's all you talk about. You did that talk about the baby.
Sometime in the conversation.
Right.
Yeah,
And again, and at this point, when she said that though, just to be clear, this was how long after you lose at that time? How long after now did you?
Both year and other go 2 years.
Year and other go 2 years, you lost the baby at that point. Okay, all right.
And me there most of the time me there by myself because I'm not gone at work, so me there home by myself. And me wanted the friend to talk to. Because me is not a person who enough people come on my yard.
Right.
One and two people might step in.
Right.
I mean, I really have a lot of friends. All right, and she step out on me and say, and Raga, me go down at the bathroom. Then tell them I have no washing machine. So me go down at the bathroom, move our bath clothes. And me sit down. I wash the clothes them, and me say, God. I say, me not dash me picnic clothes them. And me say, God, why me can't have one like all the rest of people them have? Where are you in all of this? I said to God, say, may I ask you for a child? But if you are going to give me a child, same like come here talk to you, or some here talk to God. Me say, if you are going to give me a child, I'm going to lose it, please don't give it to me. Because I can't deal with no more disappointment. And Raga, me tell you this. My child, when I have now, at 10 years old, she born the 6th of March. Me married the 9th of March. Me get my daughter for my anniversary. How who did that?
You're married, she born the 6th of March and you get the 9th and you did marry.
We married the 9th of March and my daughter born the 6th of March.
Right.
So me get my daughter, God say the baby for my anniversary.
Oh, so you say God gave you the baby for your anniversary?
Yes. And I believe that God would do that for me. And my daughter is now 10 years old.
And you believe that is because of faith, you know, when you held the clothes from the first baby where you lose, because you know, and all that time people are saying you need to leg out the clothes and things, but you hold on to that clothes because in your mind you are gonna get another baby. And people so you basically as a people gave up, but you didn't give up because you held the faith.
Yes,
okay.
Because your must said to me, say, if you give them away and he married to me and you can't have no baby. Because for him, some of him people start telling him that. So he had a doubt in his mind.
Okay. I say you can't have baby and things like that. So then for just let it go.
So that time, so me under pressure that time. You understand?
Oh, so when you pray and things like that now, you have any idea about how soon after you got pregnant?
Well, I think it was in June. They said that I got pregnant in June.
Okay.
And I had the baby in March.
And but then so when you did pray, how much before June was it that you remember when you did that wash the baby clothes and you prayed?
Well, it was not very long.
Okay. So nobody can tell you say God answer your prayer, don't it?
Because faith, you have to believe. I'm saying to you that you have to believe. You have to believe that God can do the thing.
Okay.
Because if you will buy a bottle of consecrated olive oil, you know, and you know, believe that it will ease the pain, it not going to help you. The pain will be still there. You have to believe that when you rub on the olive oil, the pain not going to let you.
Well, you are correct, you know, and you're also correct on several levels. You know, you're correct on several levels because you know, you have explained this in the context of faith and God, but even in general, the people who are successful in reaching their objectives and whatever, you know, in most cases, it's the ones who, whatever them set out to accomplish, they just believe that them going to accomplish it. And from that belief, you know, from that firm belief that this is going to happen, this thing that I'm working towards, I'm going to get it. It may not be easy. The road may be perilous. The road may be rough and thing, and there's going to be trials and tribulation on the way. But success always favors the ones who have that confidence and belief, you know. I don't mean to disrespect you here, but the Rastas even take it a little further and say, don't even say believe, just say no. You know, so in your case, it's like your faith was such that you know you did not have a child and whatever. But you're right, you know. I'm just saying, I'm just letting you know that in anything, you know, you see, once you believe or once you know, some people don't even understand it, you know, it affects and changes the way you approach, you know, the goal where you work towards, or the thing where you want to achieve, or you end up at do things where you want to do. Otherwise, if you never know, it's like, say, them have a saying where say you put the cart before the horse. But you have people, and that is generally not a good thing. But you have people who are like that, you know. Stephen Covey says, you know, 7 habits of highly effective people. One of the habits them that I've always liked, him say, successful people, they begin with the end in mind. Them see the end already. From them start towards something, them see the end, you know, and that is another way of saying, you know, them put the cart before the horse, meaning them establish the conclusion already, you know. Them establish what gonna happen. In your case, you just know say the baby happen. It's just so after that now is what we do for something that them already know are gonna happen, right? So it's like, you know, it's like a no-brainer for them after that when them are work towards it. Like them are gonna get this thing here. You know, them are gonna get this thing here. So when problem come upon them, it's like nothing. It's like nothing kind of massive. Them problem here are just part of the process because I gonna get this thing here anyway, you know. So you're quite right.
Yeah. And regard when me have that baby there, you know, I couldn't have to cut me, you know, because I couldn't have it. That child was 9 pounds 6 ounces.
9 pounds 6 ounces. Papa Jesus. Yes. What?
When the nurse next to me baby in the hospital, me say the amount of crowd, because I cut me get. Me say the amount of crowd were on the baby, and a champion then call me daughter.
9 pounds 6 ounces?
Yes.
Wow. A healthy picnic that, you know, man. Big strong picnic that, you know. Yeah, man. Big up your daughter, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. So I'm just showing you that faith. You have to believe, man. Have to. It's not make no sense.
But I mean, I'm glad it worked out for you and whatever and things like that. But what do you think about the women though who have gone through that phase? You know, and them really believe and them pray, decent human beings, wonderful women and thing, and through no fault of their own, even from prayer and all these things and whatever, and even from stages where they really believe that it's going to happen and they do everything and it's still not happen for them. And as you know, there's a lot of women out there who want children and for different reasons. Many of them biological, you know, where we say lower womb, all kind of something, and think them not have it. What do you think about those women now?
Well, me not sure. Raga.
You're not sure? Okay.
I don't. No, but again, so sometimes, Raga, the ladies want to have, and some of the time, the problem is not there. Because if you have a man and you pay a blank shot, he might fire. It never happens.
Well, that is true.
He might fire a shot, but I pay a blank shot.
Right, that is true. But at the same time, you do have many instances where it's clearly identified that the woman who want to have children cannot have children because of biological reasons, and they know what the biology. It could be a endometriosis. Are you familiar with endometriosis?
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
endometriosis. Some them have what we call lower womb. Them just them womb cannot carry a child to term. All kinds of reasons. And let me tell you something. I was teaching at the University at the West Indies, and I was teaching a class that I designed there and things like that, identity and conduct in the dancehall culture. And at the time, we were referencing a book written by I won't call her name, but a woman. Well, she wouldn't matter with all this. But she wrote a book. She's a professor now. She wasn't a professor at the time, but she's a professor now at the University of West. And I'm referencing her book. And then I hear one of the students say, no, I don't even like her. I don't like her, I don't like her. I said, what you mean you don't like her? What that have to do with her? She's too selfish, man. I said, selfish with what? Look how she's successful. Look how she have money. Look how she up here. You and do good and all them something and whatever and this and that. And she don't have no picnic. And I stopped the class and I said, are you aware of a whole heap of reasons why women don't have children? It's just not by choice. Some women don't. Some women don't have children by choice, but a lot of women out there want to have children and cannot have children for a whole heap of different reasons. You don't know. She in a business of selfishness and she look like she can't have. The point I'm making is it is such a big thing in our country where, and other places too, so it's not Jamaica alone, where women are stigmatized and they're just so harsh with them and so cruel and unreasonable. And a lot of time it's out of ignorance. And a lot of time them have these kind of religious overtones and things. And I'm sure you hear Jamaicans say this about if somebody can't pick them whom no bless.
Me hear that.
I just, I think those things are absolutely awful. And I just cannot imagine what women, because man go through it, when man have pitney them beat them. But it's even worse for women. It's worse for women. That stigma and that pain and that thing and whatever. And trust me, Brittany, I know a lot of those women, them pray, and them just, and they're wonderful, decent people, and they just didn't get any children. So, I'm glad you come through and think I would even talk to you about this, if you never did have your child, no, because I would want to, exacerbate, any little, disappointment where you feel. Well, since you have your child, no, we can't talk to you about it, but at the same time.
But I somewhat fling you in a depression, Raga. I somewhat fling you in a depression,
Indeed,
because I remember when my last child, me had to get counseling from the pastor. And then we have counseling from a counselor on the radio and from a doctor and all of them something. Because at one point, me never want to have no more. Because through me lose that one, then me just feel to say, every time, and I want to let's say right through the pregnancy, most of the time, my dreams are say the baby dead. Me find myself a cry and I say me lose the baby.
Right.
And all of that. And, it was a hard pregnancy for me. Because in my mind, me just feel so that one day I go dead.
Right. It's just a fear that the same thing will happen again and things.
Yeah.
No, but you see the very point where you just say, boy, the depression where you experience and the whole heap of counseling where you have to go through and different help where you have to get to carry it through or whatever. A lot of women go through that, And you see that's something that where you say like the family they must say, boy, it not gonna happen again. Some harsh things when me hear. Yeah. Well, I know, and who say the harshest things about woman who can't have picnic? Sometimes a woman do it, Women, some of the harshest, unreasonable, insensitive, cruel things when me hear, like the student there, you know, from people when they must stigmatize other women who have not had children. It's from women, you know, and it's you know, and I've always encouraged people to be to move away from that, and and uh, and if you don't mind me saying it, I have counseled women who how I put this careful and gentle now. I have counseled women who know of other women who pray to have children and eventually had children, and they didn't. And they were faced with a thing where they're saying, "How God answer for them prayer and give them picnic, but God not give me picnic," right? Right. Another thing that affect those women is when them woman they read news and watch news and whatever and hear how mothers ill treat picnic and throw them picnic and them something, it's traumatic for them, you know, because them is like, well, then we gotta do why God give them picnic and them no want the picnic and them you know, them abuse the picnic and them ill treat the picnic and me want the picnic, I would treasure the picnic and whatever. And you go back to that faith thing there. I'm telling you, for a lot of women, it tests them faith, because if it's one thing that is a big deal for women, you know, is the whole notion of children, you know, the world over, you know. So while them can excuse some other things and whatever, you know, that one they just really, really rough on a lot of women, and we know enough of them go through great pain and end up hate themselves or believe something wrong with them, because instead of saying, well, I have a biological reality that doesn't allow me to have children, and I shouldn't dislike myself for that, or I shouldn't hate myself for that, or, you know, that is not my fault. Instead of understanding the thing in that sense, unfortunately, you know, they get stuck in this thing like, God did not give me a child, and therefore something is wrong with me. And boy, I'm telling you, it has been futile and impossible for me, you know, to help some of those women, because they just get stuck in that space, unfortunately. And it's just really, really sad that, you know, they end up being cruel to themselves when they should not, you know, have been doing so, you know. And I hope you see what I'm saying, how complicated the issue is. Yeah, you know, and you know, and the hurt and the pain that is consequent from all of this, based on their understanding of what God does or what God didn't do, and thing, and them end up blaming themselves for something that they're not guilty of, you know.
May I say this last thing to you? You know that people have cut me for this, you know, but I don't care. All right, me I talk when me feel, when everybody talk them opinion, and me go talk my own. No. All right, you know, say a lot of professional ladies who can afford it, and then they don't have no picnic. They don't choose to have. Some of them not choose to have any.
Right.
And you have, yes, some of them, the one them we can afford it. Them not run down picnic, you know. And the one them we can't afford it sometimes run down picnic, and then have up the whole heap of unwanted picnic them. I expect other people to help them, to mind them.
Right.
Yes.
So, well, so
them run down picnic, some of them.
Who? The one them who can't afford it?
The ones who cannot afford it, yes.
So
and then no talk things about the ones who can afford it and not choose to have none.
Oh, okay. So I see what you're saying. And I want people, I want listeners to understand. Brittany's not saying that she have a problem with women who seek to have children and can't afford it. That is not what she said. She's saying that you have women who seek to have children and then them not rich or them not have the financial means for deal with so and so. But then because them not have the financial means to so and so, them turn around now and I condemn the woman them who have the financial means, but for whatever reason say, no, I don't want to have any children. Them end up a judge them woman there, and perhaps have all kind of unpleasant things to say about them. And basically you're saying, Brittany, that if I may paraphrase you, you can correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah, man.
Is that the woman them who choose to not have no children, that is their business. But if you choose to have picnic and it rough on you and whatever, leave them woman there alone and stay in your lane and mind your business. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, that is what I'm saying.
Okay. No, well, so I have to agree with you with that one. I have to agree with you with that one. But what do you think about Jamaicans who have a problem with women who choose not to have any children? What do you think about that?
Well, sometimes the reasons why I think some of them choose not to have is because some of them are professional and them don't really have no time. Because I want to tell you, if you have a child, it really take up your time,
True.
And sometimes deny you of certain opportunity.
Well, you're quite right. The research and the studies show that, and there are many other reasons too in terms of certain unfairness that male-dominated societies impose on women and expect women to carry that burden when they're not supporting them in many other ways also. But you're quite right about that. But in Jamaica, well, I don't know if it changed. Well, I think it has changed now. But again, there is this thing there that it's a woman's responsibility to make sure that she have children and thing. And if a woman choose not to have children, there in my mother world, when me grew up in that is a big no-no, like them treat that like you're going against God's wishes, because let me tell people I love my mother and people know some I love my mother, but me not agree with everything where my mother didn't believe. No, that my older understand certain things. Because my mother was of that thing that you're supposed to, and if you can and you choose not to, then you're doing something ungodly. Do you agree with that?
Well, I think children are a blessing, but I think sometimes that they are a blessing, but I think if you can't afford it, leave it alone.
But what if you can't afford it and you just said, no? There's a lot of women out there who said, nope, I just don't want to deal with any children. I want to live my life without children. Is there something wrong with that? Is there something ungodly about that?
No, because a friend of mine used to come here, she said she was 38 at the time when she used to come here.
Mm-hmm.
She's a Jehovah's Witness.
Uh-huh.
And she said to me, when me pregnant, she always say, so me say, you don't have no children, Miss G? She said, no. I said, and why you never? She said, I never.
Hello? Oh, I think Brittany might have gotten cut off there or whatever. Me want to hear that little part there, Want to hear what the woman would have said at that point. But it's a poignant issue in Jamaica, man, and sadly, even up here, me still hear. Well, let me be clear. It's older Jamaicans me here with that. The young people, them they saw them are young people that nowadays, they saw that. Young people, them do what them want. But I hear the older people still, make these type of commentary of the younger women who, for different reasons, decide that they don't want to have any children. And people, there are many, many reasons why women decide not to have children. Yes, and some of them is like quality of life thing, and them don't want the responsibility there and so forth. And it is now fairly common for your woman say them don't want to pick me because what you gonna do to them body, what you gonna do to them breasts and them body and them weight. You even hear those things. But people be careful, because sometimes you will hear a woman say, No, she don't want to have no children because she can't bother with that, what it's going to do with her body, or no, no children because me don't have the money for this or that or whatever. But even though she has said that, sometimes it's some other reasons where you don't know, where she don't want to put out there. Right? You have women who have suffered some serious assaults, you know, that resulted in, you know, sometimes pregnancy and whatever, and they went through some serious psychological trauma about what to do in that situation and whatever, and then, you know, have some of them make some choices and feel all kind of guilt from it and thing, or even not guilt, but just discomfort and psychological pain and hurt from it, and there's all kinds of stuff, you know, that that is going on in the minds of many women, and they won't necessarily tell you them business. They may just give you a simplistic answer for you to run with and thing, but women have a lot to bear in, man. A whole heap of things women go through when it come to them something there, you know. Like and we men in particular, like all the men nowadays who have to tell women say them obligation for do this and that for the race and for the nation and whatever, this and that. Half of them men don't know what women go through when it comes to like the myriad of challenges and complexities that involve children and pregnancy and them something. There's a woman go through a lot, and there's a lot of things that happen to women where women just keep to themselves and put out there, but those things function in their minds in ways that leads them to make certain choices and decisions that outsiders would observe and pass judgment about without knowing the fullness of what led those women to make those choices and things and whatever. And very often that fullness will involve, you know, a whole heap of something where even enough of them same critics they couldn't deal with. You understand? So, you know, I'm when I hear women say, often I'm in position where I meet women and them say them not having children, and if me run them for a while too, I will hear other things, you know. There must be different things that appear unrelated to what them say about the children, but when I hear them, based on my training and things like that, I can discern a particular narrative where this is connected to that, that is connected to that, that is connected to that, and it tells a story where you know that where I can, you know, essentially come up with a fairly stable explanation of a deeper reason why that woman may, or women, as in over the years it has been more than one, have chosen not to have children. Of course, I don't say anything to them, you know. You just would hear, no, I don't want to have any children, and them leave it at that. 2 months later, them may say something about this and that and way, or but when so and so happen to woman, them not support woman, I want woman for so and so. You know, them said some little things, and then, you know, you're able to put things together and make it tell the story. And then you're like, aha, and I can say why she doesn't want to have any children, you know, because bam, 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 bam. So again, I'm saying all this to say, be careful when you hear either a woman seemingly give a simplistic, superficial explanation as to why she doesn't want to have a children, because very often it might be way deeper than that. You know, it's just that they don't want to revisit whatever pain or hurt is associated with that choice that they have made and things like that, right? I know of another instance where, you know, our own father cause her to be there or whatever. I don't even need to go in on a detail this, so one can probably pick up what go on this and thing and whatever. But that being said, though, It it really is a woman prerogative if she don't want to get pregnant, you know. It's at the end of the day, we're all responsible for our own happiness and comfort, you know. Everyone away. Ultimately, each one of us is responsible for our own happiness and comfort. And it is our responsibility to make ourselves happy. Right? There are other things in the world that can make you happy and comfort. But each one, it is your responsibility to make yourself happy. It's my responsibility to make myself happy. It's every human being's responsibility to make themselves happy. And if for some women, you know, their happiness is such that they don't want to have any children, I don't see anything wrong with that. And that is not selfishness, right? Additionally, whenever we say like women ill-treat children, one of the first things fly out of our mouth is, so if you know, say, then you should know, say she not gonna care for picnic and she not like picnic and thing what she gonna have picnic for. Ditto, boom. Yeah. So enough time when you hear a woman and say she don't want to have picnic and whatever, leave her alone. Because she probably you go force her to go have picnic and that woman end up being a nightmare to the picnic them and whatever. Right? I've been reading these stories, these news in Texas and whatever. Mother starve a picnic them, tie up a picnic. I don't know if you see that one there where two picnic run out and I knock on everybody door and I beg help, and nobody never want to help them. Until finally one woman look on them, my brother and sister, and say, come in. And when she come in, she said, them maga down to nothing. And she said, wagwan, and them said their mother tie them up for must years and make them eat them waste and all them something there and starve them and all them thing and beat them. When you look at the pit, then them beat and cut up. Yeah, a mother do that. I don't know if you hear about it and thing. You can Google it and check it out, you know. You know, a brother and a sister. And I manage to escape. Them cut one something and go escape and thing and run. And I beg people and the people them afraid and I want to let them in. Until one lady, she said, no, man, I don't have to let them in. And the mother do that to them. So when we see them something that the first thing come out of our mouth, boy, and everybody feel a picnic. Because I don't know what them go do that to the picnic, them fun, them wicked and evil, and them shouldn't have pick. So when I hear some woman I say, them no have children, then leave them alone. Them probably know it's just not for them. And if it's not for them, then they too are being proactive in preventing a situation where they bring children and end up mistreating them and ill-treating them in varying degrees of of severity. See? Well, will I break? We're soon forward.
Boom bam! Hey yo, you don't know it's the bridge. 99 FM. Keep it locked, dirty.
The Bridge 99 FM. Caribbean vibes amplified.
This is Stewart, and you're listening to my dad, the awesome Ragashanti, on Bridge 99 FM.
Back in the juggling, you know. 876-676-4996, 876-676-4996, 876-676-4996. Look, a late night, easy back. Meds, right up on the Bridge 99 FM. I want to big up my Augustone people, them and thing. Bless upon yourself, all right? Large upon yourself. Spanish Town, and I don't know it. Yeah, Hermitage. Anytime I go, I say I have some link from Hermitage always. I say, yo. What is it, Kevin? Okay. Give me the car. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Hey, Wagwan.
My dear.
Mm.
First, I want to quickly say that I want to wish my wife belated birthday greetings, which was yesterday.
Yesterday was our birthday?
Yes.
Rotted. And then I went and she turned 24 quick, man. Happy birthday to her, tomorrow. Happy birthday. See? Happy belated birthday.
Okay. Yes. I think I wanted to take on the issue we just raised now a while ago. The truth of the matter, the way how you're putting it across just now, it sounds like say it's the female is going to be having a virgin birth.
What do you mean? What do you mean?
The way how it is worded, it doesn't appear like there's no partner in that relationship. It sounds like it's only a female, by herself.
Well, that is a big issue in the debate around this. But make your point. Make your point. What do you mean? What do you mean?
Yes, because in idea, the very moment that a lady is going to embark upon a relationship, she have to consider that this person is going to want to have maybe a child or children.
Mm-hmm.
And if she's not willing to go down that road,
right,
I would strongly encourage her not to bother go into a relationship. Because if she's going to go in that relationship with that mindset, there are going to be problems.
All right, a couple of things here, because I find this interesting.
Yes.
My discourse now in terms of what I was talking about women. First, it wasn't based on women in relationship. It was just based on women thinking about them future first. Now, hold on,
yes,
first.
But
so, the first thing I gotta ask,
yes,
and we're going to go to the other part, but the first thing I gotta say is, isn't it okay for a woman who is not in a relationship, who have got through these contemplations and these type of ruminations about whether or not she wants to have a child, isn't it okay for us, a person who is single, not in a relationship, to say, I don't want to have any children? Isn't it her right?
Fine.
Okay, good.
No, of course it is.
Okay.
And I will say it is also in our right to remain single.
Exactly. Hold on. No, so that is the first thing, because I say, why you talk as if it's just she alone and whatever. And there are times when it's she alone. There are times when it's about she alone. So we could get to the relationship part now. Right.
And this is why and this is why I said that it's so, let's say she's having a virgin birth, because we all know that no children can come without both person together.
Well,
hello.
We could just say the sperm is needed. We could say the sperm is needed because nowadays a lot of women they don't hold on. A lot of women want children and don't want to deal with a man, and them go get the sperm from sperm bank. You know that, right?
Hear this.
You not agree with that, no? You not agree with that, no?
But you see, this is the height of this is the height of the problems that we are having in the world.
Explain.
Because it is not fair for any female to go and buy man's sperm and have children without the father being an integral part of that child's life.
Why is it not fair? Why is it not fair? Why is it not fair?
It can't be fair.
Why is it not fair?
Right? No, because every child have a right to know his or her father.
Okay. Well, I hear your argument.
Yeah, it should be.
Okay.
Yeah, it should be. And this kind of selfishness, women who does it, is not right.
So hold on, the woman them who go get sperm and thing and whatever and thing, for get pregnant, for just have baby by themselves. You see that as a form of selfishness, right?
It is a height of selfishness.
But what if those women say, no, getting a man for breed them and thing, it is so complicated now and whatever that they have tried and they have not been able to get a man to do that. To get a man in a stable relationship. And what usually come up here is the time factor for women, you know. This is women, you know, where the time thing we don't have. When we are 70 and we can't still breed, woman. You know the time factor. So what happens is that for a lot of these women, they have tried. And the relationship, the man not dead in the relationship and thing. So them just reach a point where they want to have a child or children, and them relationship never works. So them just give thanks. So them have the option now to go and purchase a sperm to get pregnant. What you think about that situation?
Again, if this lady was in several relationships before, I never work out. It never worked out.
Yeah.
But the sperm was also available in those relationships that never work out also.
No. Hold on. When I say never work out, I mean never get pregnant either.
And then no. All right. I give it that. All right. So
are you saying in that situation then that you understand how a woman will go buy sperm to get pregnant?
I don't necessarily agree with it, but I would have to understand it.
Okay.
You know.
Okay.
But you see, when you look at it now, all right, say you buy sperm. Suppose you buy sperm, and then she should have 7 pick one time or 10.
Well, we know that it don't. No, the buying sperm, you know, is don't confuse buying sperm with IV and those type of things.
Yes, but so sometimes the sperm that didn't get you know, let those kind of things happen.
Right, but in most of the buying sperm situation, multiple children is not the outcome. But in the IV situation,
it is possible, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's possible. But what does that have to do with the central point of having children? What does having more than one children have to do with having children?
But you know, well, as I said, if the issue.
I'm sorry, I'm just having more than one children. I should have said having more than one child. I have to correct myself grammatically there. Right. All right, but go on. Yeah, go on. Yeah, sorry, go on.
Yes, but you know,
what I'm hearing from you, you know, you just have a fundamental discomfort with this whole thing of women independently going to just have children and thing and saying we don't need a man around here. You have a problem with that, don't you? You have a problem with that, no?
No. The truth remains, you know. The truth remains, you know, that men are so demonized. Yeah, and it's not all of us are really awful people. You understand?
True. At the same time, are you willing to admit that in most cases when children are involved, the man them gone and left the woman them for deal with the children them? Yes or no?
Unfortunately, I would have to agree with that.
All right.
I would have to agree with that. But when it should never be so.
Okay, when it shouldn't be so. All right, then. Do you understand then that there are women out there then who know this and go back to where, you know, Brittany said, in terms of when you have a child or children, your life is just changed in a dramatic and profound way, where if you prioritize that child or children, you know, there's certain opportunities where you did have, where you have, you know, there's certain things where you could have did want to do for yourself or whatever, you know, whatever, and you just in this position, or worse if you don't have the money like that or whatever, where, you know, you cannot afford yourself certain virtues and certain, you know, thing where you'd love for doing in your life. Do you understand what some women know say like, yo, that is unfair to the child and it's unfair to me, right? And in so doing, they must say the reality out there is that them thing, yeah, some men are a lot of men are responsible, we know that, and a lot of men don't get them just due in terms of, you know, being good fathers and responsible men and all of that. Not only that, when they're responsible and things like that, a lot of women abuse them and take advantage of them. We have seen that. But at the same time, throughout history for a long time, it has been the case where man them left the woman them all the while with all of the burdens, with most of the burdens associated, you know, with raising a child, which is not easy. It's that 24/7 non-stop thing. So some women are saying, that not happened to me.
And so I agree with that.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, when she go and buy the sperm, she's facing with the same dilemma. And this dilemma that she's facing with is even greater because at least if you take out a man, the man may or may not stay. But by going and get the sperm, there's no possibility of a man at all.
No. Hold on. What you're not understanding is that most women who do that by choice, they welcome it. They don't have a problem with the man not being there.
Well, I can tell you.
So, no, hold on. Do you get it that you misunderstand that a while ago? Do you get it?
No, but I'm saying to you, if the argument is going to be that the man, you know, may or may not be there.
No, Mark, you're missing the point. For these women, it's not even about may or may not be there. These women who do that, they're like, there's no man there. I'm going to do this myself. In other words, the man not being there is not an issue. No, if you're saying that when the child come up and the child says, so who is my father? And then something that come up, then that is an issue. Then you have a point right there, so because that has been an issue. And you have people who trace down who they donate the sperm, and it's a big problem up here because the man who donate the sperm.
That's a big problem indeed.
No, it's a big problem because the man who donate the sperm, they say, no, I was to remain anonymous and thing, and you have people who track them down and all them. So, but what I'm saying, outside of that issue, the women who do this, the man not being there is not the issue where you are talking about. They, based on what going on in a film life, them just reach a point where even some of them say it openly. Them like, no, I just want to do this without a man. Me don't want a man in the mix right now.
All right.
You know?
All right, Raga. So I fit the script now. Here you go.
Yeah.
I am sure that many of us as male have suffered a lot of things from women. A lot of violation in many ways. But we didn't take that role as a boy because one or two women hurt me. Me not about that with no man, so me just go and juggle by myself or whatever. I mean, life is about, you know, risk is a part of life. And it can happen, you know, it's happened to male.
No. Wait, hold on. What you just say a lot of men when you say woman this way and then what?
This us.
And then when you say what?
Ways, I will still continue. This us in the worst form.
I will still continue to do what?
All right. We continue to not lock off from females. We try again. Yes? So I understand that some females feel, you know, because we all know that females are mainly emotion people. They are driven by emotions for the most part.
Let's be careful there. That is a stereotype applied to women that is not entirely true, but go on.
But female are emotional beings. Men are not so much because you know there was an issue that occurred over the weekend where this man was abusing this lady, abusing her. abusing her until she finally decides she finally get away. She after they run out at the abuse. And the man go pop his neck.
Him go do what?
Right? He go kill himself.
And what is the point? What is the point?
Now the point is that him who wanted to dish out certain things, and when she decided no, say boy she go, take her losses and cut. Him couldn't deal with it, and he go kill himself.
Right. But what is the point you make relative to what we're discussing?
Yes, but the point is, as I said, just as I was saying earlier, just like how females and males have suffered hurt. Some of us as males suffered hurt. Females have gone through hurt. Both of us have been there, and we have done it.
But Mark, you see, you can't put it that you can't say, oh, woman suffer hurt and then give up on man. Man suffer hurt from woman, but don't give up. And don't. No, basically you say women suffer hurt from men and then just some of them just give up on man, right?
Do. Yes, some
but
do.
And you're saying in general, men suffer hurt, but we don't give up on women. In general.
And some give up too.
Right.
Because I just tell you when I go say that man.
Right, him give up. No, but what I'm saying is when on the man's side, it's you breed the woman and left her with a picnic.
Yes.
That is a form of giving up on the woman.
It is. Yeah. It's shameful.
Yeah, no,
it's
but
shameful.
So what I'm saying, be careful how you try to say it's the same thing when a woman I say, so I can't deal with the stress of man and whatever and all the thing and whatever. It's like I can't bother with that right now. I can't do better. I'm doing how the saying go, I do well by myself type of thing.
But
you don't understand how some woman reach a point where them just right. Like, what? Hold on. You don't understand how some people reach a point where like, listen, I am so much more happier and contented not being in a permanent relationship and if I deal with man issues or whatever and them something. You don't understand how some woman just reach a point and them prefer that by choice.
Well, again, it's their choice. But at the end of the day, if you're going to go back now to and go get sperm, and then by choice, that's your choice. And then when the baby reaches a certain age now, and they want to know the father, what are you going to do then?
Well, that is
So we can't escape it.
Well, that is a separate issue. But you do have children doing now. Them raised that way, then their mother explain to them what go on, and them cool. It's just it's not every child who is raised by their mother from a sperm donor. Listen, a lot of children who were raised by their mothers from a sperm donor and them don't know a father. Most of them, them don't want to know no father, them good,
I'm sorry. I will disagree with you on that point with respect.
Okay, that's why you can't disagree.
I disagree.
No, but I'm telling you. All right, put it this way. Put another more explicit. There are actually thousands of women out there, thousands and years ago, me look on some. But I wouldn't be surprised if it's now tens of thousands of women who have quietly, who just get a sperm donor. Them have profile associated with the sperm donors, of course. This man was a doctor, he's Italian, he's this and that, blah, blah, blah. He was 45 years old when that, so them have these things associated with them. And they have these children.
Something wrong with that, isn't it?
No, well, I'm not debating, I'm just telling you. And they have children, and the children, them grew up and thing, and they live in productive, successful lives. Honestly. And them now look for the father.
Deep down in the back of every child's mind, they want to know a father. No matter how long they are, no matter how old. If you should watch the Susan show,
right,
or other shows, when a person is 60 and 70, they want to know their mother or their father. It doesn't matter how long it takes. There's a yearning for knowing the other parent.
All right,
Because
but
we know that-
Mark.
Yes, sir.
All right. Me not raised with no father.
No, but-
hold on.
but-
I've never known a father.
It's different.
No. Well, no. The father
It's
is not
different.
there. How different is that? The father.
Right.
There's
But
no
is it-
father. No. We're arguing from the premise that there's no father there, right? Okay. All right. So I have never known a father, right?
Yes.
No, there have been a couple times, admittedly, when I was in situations and people are talking about them father, and I was like, well, me not have any, So
yes,
I wish I did have a father. Okay, that's one. Two, I have also been in positions where, in looking back and say, oh, I go out on the street and I go look father figure who just happen to have been gunmen, and whatever. And I see what trouble I get in and whatever. At the same time,
yes,
I'm also balancing my analysis enough to know that I could have known a father, had a father and known a father who could have made my life even worse than it is right now. Right?
And it could make your life even better too.
No, I know, but what I'm saying is, I already look on the better side. Hold on, Mark. What I'm saying is, you are arguing from the premise that.
Well, I like to
that you can. Yeah. We are debate, and we are running that.
Yes.
But you have argued that a father can be a good thing. But what I'm saying is, a father can be a bad thing too. Fathers are the worst thing what happened to some picnic when they grew up, right? So I'm saying, me understand that now. But what I'm saying, all things being equal and given the circumstances when enough people have to deal with, and that life now work out the way they would have wanted it to work out, and given the challenges and the struggles where people have to go through, including women here who have gone through a lot of things in the patriarchy, male-dominated society, where man very often getting up and do what them want and left the woman them with the tremendous amount of burden and thing associated with raising the child alone and whatever. Because many women out there, they're not single mothers by choice, right? Are the man abscond, this and that happen to them, are abuse, and them have to get to all kind of something and thing like that. But what I'm saying is, given those complexities, finally, you can give some latitude to some women and say, boy, I agree with it, but I can't see where, I have the option now. I want to say, boy, at least, and still have children and thing, and want just do as the best as I can for these children, even though it not work out ideally, or you'd want it in terms of, the picturesque mother, father, children type of thing, the ideal situation and thing that, life not work out. So, and these women, they might do the best them can and thing, and the best involve, by choice, raising this child alone and them children alone. And providing the best for them, particularly when them have the money and can do it and the comfort and thing. You can't give them woman the little blind.
Hard pill to swallow. It's a hard pill to meet person to swallow. Hard pill to swallow. Because it's because me stay in my lane and I'm trying to be a very good father to my daughter.
Yeah.
We just can't see. No, it is not good for no woman to raise a picnic by themselves. It's not good for no man to raise a picnic by themselves.
Okay.
It's not good.
Okay.
It's not good for either gender.
No, but hold on. But at the same time, though, you would admit, though, that some women who have done so have done an amazing job in doing so, right?
I'm not going to dispute that.
Okay.
I will not dispute that.
Okay. I mean, the world is filled with, thousands of successful stories of mothers under great pressure. And we run out of time and who have made tremendous sacrifices, on their own for their children, and them children turn out good. And we should be proud of those women and commend them and not feel like, commending them, we are say something negative against man. So we can't too big them because it's ultimately not a good thing.
in the same breath to balance all the issues, there are men who raise them children without a mother. And then there is very successful children also.
Indeed.
Even better.
Because and don't get enough credit for it. Hold on. And don't get enough credit for it. The single fathers, them who are doing well out there and don't get enough credit for it.
The point. Yeah. I love to be balanced.
Right.
Yeah,
well, my brother, as usual, this was one of those intellectually engaging and robust debate and thing, and I appreciate it and thing and whatever. Sin? All right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right then. All right, Mark. Always a pleasure having this debate with Mark, because you think he means it. Kevin, I want to thank you for hanging out and thing, and people want to see how the thing up. I'll be back on Wednesday at the same time. By next week, the time for me here is going to change. So, well, only in Jamaica, only know the need for preoccupy yourself with that, because all of them want to get it 10 to 12, right? But what is going on up here is that I'm actually working 11 to 1 on Mondays and Wednesdays. So it's 11 to 1 in the morning, and I see how late I'm up, and them thing that them have to go edit the show, Kevin and laugh or whatever. Them have to wake up early in the morning, carry me youth, them go school, and thing them have to reach school by 7 o'clock and whatever. And it depends on me and thing. But again, blessings and respect and thing. I love them look laid back reasoning, yeah. I think I like that style to the thing. All right. Take care of yourself, people. I'll see you on Wednesday. Be good, be safe, and keep on the bathroom clean. All right. Out the road. Kevin, big up yourself here.